Ooh, this one probably gonna be a Sicilian douche game, it seems, judging by the clan name of this player. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're casting a game of Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition on the map of Arabia. Looking at the north, we have the red player Onslow playing the Mayans, and on the south part of the map, we have the teal player playing as the Sicilians. It's gonna be interesting to see what we're about to see this game, and starting off, it's quite a good regular start. Red player scouting with the goats, also with the eagle scout. Teal player also scouting a little bit with the goats. Very nice high level gameplay, of course. Also scouting there with the scout cavalry. We can fast forward a little bit until we see something of interest, because the first 15 villagers, as you can see, is very much the same as usual until now. Which, not quite yet, but if this play is douching, then we're going to see some difference now already. Doesn't seem that way though, quite. Now we're caught up to live gameplay and we have to cast at normal speed. So Mayans, red player is probably most likely going to go for a scout rush, but I'm interested to see how a Sicilian player is going to play their cards, being Sicilians. It's quite an interesting civilization. On paper it's called... what exactly? Infantry and Cavalry Civilization. Alright, so they start with 100 plus stone and they receive 50% less bonus damage, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Castles and Townsend is built 100% faster, which is one of the preferred civilizations to Townsend to drop TZ Rush, or Douche as it's called. Yeah, then they have Don John instead of Tower, etc. An interesting team bonus is that is now transport ships have +5 line of sight and cost mine 50% less. Used to be, well, previously that you got a free transport ship as soon as you built the first dock. And before that, the very first team bonus of the Sicilians I really liked, because transport ships could carry twice as many, or an additional 5, which meant you could transport 10 units in the Dark Age, which is absolutely excellent for TC dropping on islands. Interesting. Well, this is quite a close, well, relatively close Goldman, I guess. Slightly awkward since it's between the woodland and the town center, and this is also quite a concentrated area of resources now, so it could be quite nastily vulnerable if the enemy pushes that area. Okay, so we're definitely, yeah, I think we are definitely not seeing a douche from Teal. Red player is starting to wall up. And both players have clicked up. Let's see. Alright. More careful than I am. Very good. But the KD is 1-1 already, so I think red lost the eagle. Blue has not lost the scout yet, so that means teal has lost a villager. So teal has lost a villager and red has lost the eagle. Teal now in. Scout rush, okay. Well, that is definitely one of the most plausible things you will see from Sicilians, seeing as they are cavalry civilizations. Also very neat with Sicilians when they take 50% less bonus damage is that they take, I believe, at least one more hit from spearmen before they die. So is definitely much more viable than with generic civilizations to take on spearmen with scouts. Archer rush indeed, coming from red. Need to add more on gold though to sustain 2 archer ranges. There they come. Incoming scouts from Teal. This looks like a really meta game. I'm a little bit disappointed. But metagame is metagame, I suppose. Could have maybe sniped the weak one with the town center. I'm not sure if they were close enough, but oh well, no idle time either way. When red did not attempt that. Well, let's see if yeah. So blue has gotten 1 more kill, and there's another one. Ooh, town bell. So teal has now, I'm just gonna call him blue because it's easy to say than teal. So blue has now gotten 3 kills. That's 1 eagle and 2 villages, I believe. And here we can see how neatly they can take tank damage from the spearmen, being Sicilians. Getting a spearman now having a KD of 4-1. Very nice, denying these berries. Also will be able to deny this. And also should be able to clean that up very nicely if they can get them. They are just... maybe not anymore, but those 3, if they're alone and far away, you could easily get them off all. But now it's going to be quite a larger mass of archers now. Already 8 archers. That's I believe it's quite enough to be able to hit and run and snipe off all of these. So this is blue realizes that. Interesting. We have this one with 2 HP left, still not having sniped off. Nice little gate here. Otherwise, quite a few holes in this wall, but a gate there. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a few holes in this wall from blue. Here's 1 hole. Here's 1 hole. There's 1 hole. There's a hole. There's a hole, and there's a hole. So quite a lot of holes. On the other side, can't say much better about red, although one side consistently quite walled, I would say, of what I can see, but then we have quite large holes here on the east side of Onslow's map. So Onslow being housed, having a population of 50, quite low population for Ortmantis though, having only a population of about 37, but and also quite an unbalanced economy with floating quite a lot of wood, usually. They're not making anything. Everything is idle. Okay, now. But they haven't. Okay, they have put some on gold. So, but they're quite vulnerable now. Oh, I guess they're putting all their attention to just running around with these scouts. But blue is very vulnerable now here with the incoming archers. It's quite a rough situation, but you have started with 100 stone, so you could actually put down 2 towers if you're desperate to get this defended well. And I would actually pull these scouts home. Not sure how much value, although they have quite a. Well, this could be. Yeah. So blue didn't even notice when they saw this. So it's going to be 3 and counting villages going down here to red. Blue also losing a few here, and the KD is now stabilizing a little bit, although it's still almost double in favor of blue. Here I would have almost considered rushing down a tower as soon as they saw the archers, but okay, well, Blue is losing a lot. This is really bad for blue. Upgrades incoming for... But the economy is so unbalanced, loading 700 wood almost and virtually no food at all. And if we compare to red, well, red is also nowhere near Castle Age, but they are producing steadily. And they're not even fighting efficiently, only fighting with half the army, half of the army staying behind. Yeah, I definitely favor red here. Blue still has the KD lead, but this is so much village idle time. And we can see that red has no idle villages, and blue has had a bunch of idle villages for ever since red came here. And red is not producing any villages anymore. We can see red is producing from 4 buildings. Blue is idling all, rushing down a market, but no unit production at all coming now. I assume building a market to stabilize eco, but yeah, I'm not sure how blue can come back from this. I think if I were blue, I would have prioritized to get up to Castle Age and defend with the towers, for instance, instead. Because that's a neat bonus you could be able to utilize, like having an extra 100 stone. You could right away put down the tower here and a tower here. Then you would be, for now at least, that time completely safe from any archers. Looks like blue is doing a relatively good job cleaning up. Blue still has the value lead in kill-death ratio, but red is just sending more and more and more. And looks... okay, blue is keeping the military around here at home. But red now has a 10 villager lead, and also despite having lost a lot more units to blue, because of all the production idle time from blue, red has about 20 unit lead, which is that's really quite something of a lead for red. Blue is definitely in a pickle here. I need to think about how to come back from this. So far they just keep making scouts. And red just keeps sending archers mixed with a few spearmen. But it looks like blue consistently is able to just clean up red. So this game is quite interesting in that red consistently produces units, much better than blue, but red gets really poor fights, like sending a few at a time. This is much easier concerning fights for blue, because even though blue is not as good as producing, they have the advantage of having the production buildings much closer, and also these are scouts, so they move a lot faster. So yeah, blue hang on and just kept making scouts, and luckily for blue, red is taking quite a lot of very poor fights, and the KD is now impressively... although I would run back from this. Yes, very good decision from blue for running back from that. Blue has a sense of what fights to take and what not to take. So it's interesting how these two players have different strengths and weaknesses. This is quite good scout army though. I would actually, yeah, I would take this. I'd take this. And take it they will. And they now have 1, 2... 2 stables, yeah. Blue just keeps making scouts. But one important thing not to forget, Red has been making villagers and is still making villagers this entire time, while Blue's Townsend has been really quite idle. So if we look at the villager count, Red is almost 20 villages ahead. That's quite something, and it's something Blue will try to remedy right now. There's not much Red can do about it. Red has the army here, and Red just opts to, screw my Vico, I'm just gonna go straight for Blue, and Red is hoping that Red is able to do some significant damage here to anything which they might be able to find at. Okay, so Blue now saw Red's army and is now sending the army back. I would have still taken care to maybe avoid some damage here, but this is what it is. Blue, oh yeah, that's what happened. So Blue sold all of the stone. Imagine how many times Blue has now been forced to run from this. If they just built a tower here, they would be so safe. So quite a very interesting game, back and forth. Much more enjoyable than the last one I casted. And the third stable. Okay. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's quite a lot of spearmen, though. Even with the... Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, look how they just tank the spear damage. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 7 left. Oh my goodness. Look at the KD. 84 to 38. Absolutely amazing. Careful, 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 careful. Never mind. Just passing. Just passing. Okay. But Blue has still not been able to... Wow, this is a forever feudal game, isn't it? 31 minutes in, both players still going full feudal. Feudal forever. Feudal forever game this is. If Red would have picked their fights better and opted for Castle Age, they would have won the game by now. But no, they just keep... They just would have stayed at home, defended, gone up to Castle Age, they would be a-okay, but they just keep taking so bad fights. Just keep throwing all the units away. At this pace, I actually think Blue is going to win this game, based on how Red is playing, because Red has the eco advantage, Red has the production advantage. What is this wall? Why? Why don't you just wall here? You're walling your secondary gold out. Why? Anyway, how's the upgrades? How good they have upgrades. Still both players in Feudal Age, and looks like okay, Red is maybe soon opting for Castle Age. Blue's still floating so much wood. Where was that massive military? Oh, there it is. But Blue is smarter than Red is in their regards of picking fights, although this is... Ooh. Just opting for the villager kills. But Red still has 13 more. I'm not sure that was worth it for Blue. Red now has twice the military units. Both players still in Feudal Age, almost 35 minutes in. Alright. Very interesting. I've never seen a game with this high rating just staying in Feudal Age for this long. Did they set like a cap in Feudal Age or... Oh no, Red has Castle Age coming up now. Yeah, so red has still twice as much military. They will hit Castle Age and just immediately get crossbowmen, bodkin arrow, pikemen upgrade, and that's the end of blue right there. The scout mass is very nice in Feudal Age. Oh, late double bit axe. Not as late as for me in the last game though, I suspect. I think. But yeah, blue really wants to take some fights. If blue wants to take another fight now at the moment, now is the time. Not now and not when red has those nasty upgrades of pikemen and crossbowmen. It's not looking that good, but this is as good as you're going to get. From this point on, it's just going to get worse for you, blue. Soon red will be in Castle Age, and then they will get crossbowman upgrade, and pikeman upgrade, and bodkin arrow, and scale may armor, and... Yeah, red knows this. Red wants to wait around for those upgrades. Oh, red is more at home. Why isn't red just reinforcing this army? And I would almost even not be... And red and blue realizes what I've talked about right away. Now is the time. You have to push before you get the upgrades. It may not be the best trade ever, but it's the best trade you're going to get under these circumstances, because soon there's upgrades coming in for red. Blue is still hanging on and now has clicked up themselves. Just like I said, we're going to see crossbowmen upgrade and pikemen coming in soon. And there we have crossbowmen. So let's see if blue can hang on. So blue, this is not going to take that long to break through. Still fully open here. Blue just keeps making scouts. At this point, I would consider throwing in some skirms as well. Because you can't just roll against everything with scouts in Castle Age and later the way you can in Feudal Age. This is really nasty. But look at that KD, man, for blue. 128 against 63. That's insane. And blue has caught up a little bit. It's not a 13 villager lead anymore, but it's still now it's a 14 villager lead. All right. Blue hitting Castle Age now, and immediately getting the light cav upgrade as well as fletching. Okay, and chain barding armor. I don't understand. Okay, yes, waiting there. TC is full. Yeah, this is not looking good for blue. All production idle. Oh, now we get more production. But still, look at this unit lead. Almost twice. Once you have twice the population, once the enemy has twice the population, it's not very likely you're going to win the game. Oh. They were just able to straight up take that fight against the pikemen like they were nothing. Oh my god, look at this! The Sicilian bonus is insane! Insane! I did it! Holy shizzles! And red... Why does red always split their army? Where were these guys? That would have made all... This game though, oh my goodness. Yes, just hit and run, pick him off. Yeah, red. Sure. Yeah, red should have this fight. Yeah. Let's see if blue can surprise us some more. Feels like blue is doing the just mass scouts challenge. Nothing but scouts. Because we have... Okay, now we're getting a siege workshop, gonna get some mangonels. Because it's been 45 minutes of this game, and we haven't seen any other military units than the scouts from blue. Mangonel coming in. No, Scorpion! Scorpion! Yes, a misclick. Here comes the Mangonel. Well... Still not quite twice the population, but soon twice the population for red. Red having a almost 30 villager lead. 30 villager lead. And red still producing villagers. Blue's TC is idle. Red now has a second town center, though they're only producing from one of them. Okay, so Mango and Scorpion, alright. Alright. Mango and Scorpion there. Ooh, separated. Although blue doesn't know this. Oh, interesting. Forward lumber camp. Just casually riding through there. No villages yet to pick off though. They're all escaped. Some villas here though. Ooh, they all fled here to the forward lumber camp. Interesting, interesting. Blue is catching up slowly but surely, and red is unable so far to wrap this up quickly. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What a game. I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying casting this one. Town center there. Alright, this is going to be the third town center. And red is now producing for all of them. Blue now starting to mix in some knights. Good production getting going. Yes, alright. Scorpion as well. We're almost 50 minutes into the game and still only on one town center though. Okay. Reinforcing that wall. This late in the game I would also start thinking about relics. Let's see if any player has done that. No. Relics are being left alone. Ooh, nice Vilpix here for blue. Getting those. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So interesting. Oh, now blue sees. Yes, now blue sees. Blue can just ignore that. Just go for the. Yeah, consistently throughout this game, and also true at this moment, blue has all their military concentrated, and red just has their entire army just split up in two places. And it's never done any good for red so far, and it looks like it's not going to do any good for red now either. Red losing this fight. Like, what are these pikemen doing here? What? Yeah, now it's a bit too late. Your comrades have died because you weren't there to help. Ooh, this is dangerous for red here. Yes, blue. I really like the way blue is playing this one. Okay, so looks like blue is going to make sure. Okay, castle coming in from. I think blue should be able to deny that. Let's see if they can. Because these crossbowmen will be busy dodging off these, so they won't be able to pick off all... There's no way they're going to be able to pick off all the cavalry dodging the siege from blue. Okay, population still very good for red compared to blue. Interesting. Blue should really want to pick up their eco a little bit, getting a new town center. Oh wow, red is everywhere, not only here, but here as well. So red has certainly an element of map control, which blue hasn't been able to accomplish. 4 town centers in total from red. And also 74 villages. Can't believe this is 1300. What was this elo? It is 1300 elo, really? We're 54 minutes into the game, no player has reached 100 pop yet. Relics being left alone. Oh well, it is what it is. It's an interesting game nonetheless. We'll bring it down another stable. Still just all in one TC though. Blue still hasn't built a second town center. Which is remarkable. Remarkable, I tell you. But still, blue has consistently just continued to take good fights after good fights after good fights. And consistently still has more than twice the KD. 272 versus 127 right now for blue. Very good for blue. Oh yes. This is looking so neat for blue. Like red has a few archers, but few crossbows, but blue has cavalry and siege. This is very nice for blue. Oh, this is turning out to be quite a long game. This Sicilian bonus is insane though, really. 50% less bonus damage. Anyway, so what's red's plan here? Bit of a stalemate. More pikemen? Okay. Nice for blue. Red keeps making pikemen. Now when I think about it, Sicilians are very strong versus Meso civilizations, because Meso civilizations don't get cavalry, and really pikes are only the only response they have versus cavalry. Monks won't do too good here either, because so much of blue's army is also light cavalry. And this Sicilian bonus of less bonus damage is absolutely brutal for red here. Yeah, blue is doing really well. Despite these villager leads, but all this extra eco value has just gone into pouring units into death for not much. Since blue consistently is getting so good trades and value in fights. Let's see if pikemen can do some work here. Absolutely insane. Red is floating quite a lot. And oh, it's again, they're split up. Look how many weren't there fighting. Oh, they're all over the place. This is Red's problem. Red never has all their military where they need to be, which is at the fight. Sorry about that. I keep accidentally hitting the Stream Deck hotkeys. And Blue is doing this really well. They don't have any idle military, so this game is a really good example for idle military units. I wish I had seen this game. I wish this game occurred a month ago and I had seen this game. This game would have made a perfect example for my idle military unit consequence video. My goodness. Absolutely amazing game. Okay, Red is going into Imperial Age. But Blue isn't far away themselves to get it to Imperial Age. Who can afford Imperial Age? If they want. Still only one ton. Insane. This is... Oh, I love this game. It's just straight YOLO. And Blue and Red is just consistently playing bad with their military. And Blue is just, alright, I'm just gonna keep going all in since apparently it works. I love this. Okay, they're not going to Imperial Age quite. They still can afford. They can still afford Imperial Age. You know they're producing. Red is making tons of spearmen, but it's not gonna matter when only like 40% of them are going to be in the fight, and the rest of them are gonna idle elsewhere. Judging by how all the fights have turned out, have played out so far in this game, if they're gonna keep playing out the same way, it's not gonna matter how many units Red makes, because he simply consistently only uses half or less than half of them in fights. And that's really a big problem when the enemy is Sicilians and take even less bonus damage from your supposed counters. Red has reached Imperial Age, Blue has clicked up on the way to Imperial Age. Those ego upgrades will definitely help. So it's going to be trickier to push now when Blue has a castle. Red doesn't have any siege. They are not putting out any trebuchets. They don't know the castle is there, they will soon. Plenty of hiccups from me. Alright, I would actually wait until I have halberdiers. Okay, waiting here. Few idols over here. Look, I like the idea of a sneak attack, but if the KD looks like this, and every single fight of the game so far you have lost because you split up your army, maybe it's time to stop splitting up your army. Have you ever thought of that? But we'll see if it will finally turn out. I've heard that the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But maybe, finally, Red will see different results. On the other hand, since Red will have some eagles, maybe Red can do some damage with eagles here. And Blue is definitely more vulnerable to attacks against their eagle than Red is, because Blue has so few villages. 72 versus Red's 150. Okay. But these are halberdiers, they don't have much offensive value. Yeah, I really don't like how how much? Let's see how much damage they'll get in. Look how puny damage they do. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see how, if they finally will do something. I can't, but look how the Sicilian cavalry just soaks up halberdier damage. That's so insane. I can't believe it. Well, I can because I'm seeing it, but holy sh... Apparently the definition of, well, the popularly claimed definition of insanity holds true. Trying the same thing over and over again does not yield different results. Okay, let's see if red... Oh, but blue has siege! And look at the sergeants! But the sergeants are being picked up quite neatly by the obs, but there's only about a dozen obs. Yeah, with the siege behind, there's no way red can clean this up. And blue just soaks up and tanks the... But those obs did quite a good job with the volleys from this little hill. So blue actually lost quite a good bit of them. And I'm not sure about this decision to go sergeants, because we just saw how easily they get one-shotted by the obs. So this is definitely... I'm not sure I agree with this. We'll see how it will go. Red just keeps making halbs and obs. Not much production now from blue. Some more hussars. Nose. Okay, now we have a treb from red. Oh, this... Oh, that trap actually went down to the helps. Red trying to save that castle. Whoa! More town centers? Where? Oh, suddenly 3 more town centers. Blue is booming. So, the entire first hour of the game, blue was 1 TC, but now blue's like, alright, it's time to add some more eco. And blue is booming like hell. Catching up rapidly. Although losing some villages here to red's halbs. And blue calls it. Very good, interesting game. Blue dealt really good damage in KD in terms of value there, but at the end of the day, it's like what I said earlier. Once the enemy reaches twice the population or more, it's not very likely you're going to win. Yeah, very interesting game. But it's so... But red had almost twice the population for the majority of the game, and still it took so long for red to win the game. And red didn't even GG. Oh well. Because red kept making the same mistake over and over again with the military and the fights, just splitting them up and losing them over and over again. So it took some time, but at the end of the day, twice the population won the game. And consistently counted as well, even the Sicilian bonus, but still. Blue was... That was a recurring theme of blue fighting halbs and pikes and spears with cavalry. Very interesting back and forth game.